Another day, another breakfast. It's a sunny day, thankfully. I think we're actually to get rain later, but everybody's going to be very excited for the brookie. Good morning, baby. Good morning. Oh, someone's excited. Of course. Someone's very happy to get their breakfast. Aren't you? You big orange girl. Look at that belly. Been eating hay all night. Does this orange boy have his breakfast? He rubbed all of his mane off because of being itchy from flies, apart from the front. So it's looking like we roached it, but we did not. Silly boy. Big orange guy. And this is what Rowan does. She just kicks the brachy everywhere. Then she eats it off the ground. Apparently that's a thing. Silly girl. That's 1-year-olds for you. You're always so excited, aren't you, Delilah? You love getting your brekkie. Dominic doesn't really care because he's been eating hay all night anyway. So, what Delilah does, you're going to let me come in? Put it in your buckets? Oh, I just got zapped. Just zapped myself. Here you go, donkey. Good. Everyone's got the brekkie and the donkey pasture. How is it? Is it lovely? They just get half a cup of low sugar feed. They don't need anything more than that. Donkeys get fat very easily, which is very bad for them. So we take extra care to make sure that they don't eat too many sweet things and they're not on sweet grass. They just have their kind of rough looking paddock, but they love it. Donkeys are of course desert animals. Mini donks. My goodness, Storm is ready. And Raven and Bree. Hazel in the back. Freckles and Win. They're all getting very hangry. You very hangry? Oh, Bree, you look so majestic. They're like, shut up, give me my breakfast, mummy. So this is actually their order, apart from Storm and Win. So Storm is the boss mare, then Win, and then Bree, and then Little Freckles, then Raven, then Hazel. So regardless of how many buckets I have in that field, how many mares, this is their order. So if I move them to another field, if I put down 10 buckets, it would always be that Storm eats first, then Win, then Bree, then Freckles, then Raven, and then Hazel. So it's quite funny how they work it out naturally, but every single herd has a boss mare or a boss gelding, depending, and they'll all just stick to that. So as you can see, we haven't had a lot of rain, so the front of their paddock is pretty just mud, dried mud, but out back in their back field still lots of grass for the season, but soon that'll be winding down and we'll have to just switch to hay until about May. So with the minis, Nutmeg is the boss mare, and then Jasmine, and then Rosie. Nutmeg is the youngest. She is Rosie's daughter, so she is about 6 now. And then Jasmine and Rosie are 20 years old, but Jasmine's a bit bossier than Rosie, so that's how that goes. But minis as well should not be on lush pasture because they get laminitis, which is what Nutmeg had when she came here from the auction. So if you see in here, it's pretty sparse, and then their field out there does have quite a lot of grass just past those pallets, see the fence. But it's shorter, it's not as lush as in the aisle. This grass, as you can see, it's bright green, would not be good for the horses, especially when the weather starts to get a bit colder, because all of this is just sugar. So you don't want to deal with any issues with the sugar. As good as this grass looks, it's not good for the horses. Here's our very, very old girl, Willow. She's about, I don't know, early 30s now, and she's got nice soft feed, so she'll munch through that. She does still eat hay and grass, but yeah, she needs a nice soft feed for her toothies, of which she doesn't have many left. Right, Willow? So, this happens a lot too. They get bored with eating theirs, move on to the next one moves to the next, and so on up the line. And what I have to do is be here so that I can then walk the bucket that was abandoned up to the top, because these two will happily eat from each other's, but then they're not getting the right balance of nutrients, so I have to swap them around. Now they're still going to share. So now I'm going to move this. Never ends. Silly! Oh, you're standing in the mud now, silly. Here, Raven, come here. So I'm going to move her all the way up here. Oh my gosh. And this is just the craziness. And now she's moved there. So, you know, you can feed all of your horses separately, which could be problematic. But see the pinned ears? She's telling her to go away. She's going to go and take Breeze. Now she's going to run because she's being very silly. So Raven will come here, eat hers. She's there. There's Bree. Oh, it's Hazel. Bree's up there. So now we're missing one bucket. So I'm going to come up here, grab this bucket and this food. Whoops. And now I'm going to go down here. And they're back here eating together. Of course. Here. Okay. No. This is just the daily life of having horses. And you could just let them sort it out. But I'm here, so I might as well help. Give them all a bucket. There we go. Big guy. Hi. No one's getting Ted's food. Where are they? You're hiding. He comes and slots himself in between the run-in and the fence. So no one gets Teddy's food. Just hides from all those silly mares, don't you? Yeah. So in there we have Nutrina mixed with alfalfa pellets. Basically it's a high fat, high forage works for them. Right, boy? And again, I wet it all the time, especially as the colder months settle in, because I do add sweet beets. So you do have to soak those, but I just hose on top of the alfalfa, and that helps the pellets to basically break down and just makes it easier for them to eat, more enjoyable. Right? So that's breakfast. Chaotic as usual.